Hello again, Hastings, and anybody else joining us on TV, online, or on the radio. I'm Tom Wright, moderator for the Hastings Candidate Forum for 2016, and it is now our opportunity to hear from the candidates running for Ward 4 of the Hastings City Council. So please join me in welcoming them. There you go. To your left there is Ms. Danna Elling Schultz, incumbent City Council member, and her opponent to the right there is Mr. Trevor Lund. All right. Before we get started, for those just tuning in, do want to go over the rules of play here. This is a forum, not a debate. The candidates will have 1 minute to answer their question, and they will own that minute and can use it as they wish. There will be no interruptions. If the other candidate has to respond to something, they said they must wait to do so during the next answer. The candidates were provided the questions 1 week in advance. The exception is the one question they will get to ask each other. And the audience will not be able to ask questions here, but of course, again, you'll be able to ask questions, as many questions as you like, out on the forum there. So with that said, let's get started, and we will start with Ms. Schultz. Give us your opening statement. Please introduce yourself and provide any information you wish regarding your background and experience.
Good evening. Thank you, Tom. Thanks to everyone who's helped put this forum together. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for voters. My name is Danna Elling Schultz. I have lived in Hastings for the past 30 years. I have lived in Ward 4 for the past 20. As of yesterday, I was married to my husband, Doug Schultz, for 31 years. We have raised our two daughters, Libby, 25, and Abby, 22, here in Hastings. We have been active community members, my family, my husband, since the day we came to town. I am a member of the Hastings Tennis League, Hastings Heart Restart, Black Dirt Theater contributor. I'm a member of St. Philip's Lutheran Church. And in terms of my experience with local government, I have been on the Planning Commission, the Parks Board, and I have obviously been on the Hastings City Council. I am experienced in getting things done. I have served the community not only as a council member, but on various activities. And currently I'm Finance Committee Chair, a member of HEDRA. I'm on the Cable Board and on the Public Safety, Administration, and Utilities Committees.
Thank you. And Mr. Lund, your turn. Please introduce yourself and provide any information you wish regarding your background and experience.
Tom. Well, first, thank you again for having us here. And Danna, thank you for joining me up here. Like many, I grew up and graduated from Hastings, no surprise. As a student here, I was involved in a lot of different activities and sports and the arts. I was on the wrestling team, I was in choir, show choir, and in various clubs. Then I went on to college at St. Olaf. I graduated with a BA in economics and poli-sci. From there, I went on to graduate school, and I received my Master of Business Administration from St. Mary's University in the Twin Cities. Professionally, I have a variety of roles in business development and marketing, and am currently fortunate to work for the renewal division of Anderson Window Corporation as the product marketing manager there for them. As for family, I've been married to my wife and Hastings native, Heidi Youngren Lund, for 8 years, and we're blessed to have one 3-year-old boy who we are super excited to watch grow up in Hastings, our hometown.
Thank you. And we'll stay with you, Mr. Lund, for this next question. Please tell us, why are you running, and tell us what leadership qualities do you feel you have that would benefit your ward if elected?
Sure. Well, everyone running in this election cares about Hastings. I'm no different. I'm running because this is my hometown. I chose to raise my family here. And the success of this community matters to me. I appreciate the hard work that Danna and the current council has done for the city. However, we simply have not had many options in recent elections. We need choice. We need competition. We need different opinions and new perspectives. And so I've stepped up this time to give the voters an alternative. As far as leadership is concerned, over the years I've been fortunate to have been a department manager as well as a leader of groups and committees, rather. And as a leader, I know not only to listen, but to ask good questions and then make good decisions. I may not have a ton of experience. I don't have any experience on the council, unlike my opponent. But I do have the skill set to be effective and the passion to be dedicated. Thank you.
Thank you. And to you, Ms. Schultz, please tell us why are you running, and tell us what leadership qualities do you feel you have that would benefit your ward if elected.
I'd like to thank Trevor for acknowledging that I have the experience, which is part of the reason I'm running for reelection. I want to continue my service as we move forward at a very exciting time here in Hastings. Between 2009 and 2012, we faced serious budget constraints, and we were only able to maintain the status quo. As the economy has grown, we've been able to invest in our riverfront. Our parks provided opportunities for business and housing growth to bring more families to Hastings. I want to continue on that effort. I have the leadership, communication, and collaboration skills that it takes to navigate a council, a city staff, and with other elected officials in our state to make Hastings work, to make our local government work, and to work for the best interests of all of our residents. I can hit the ground running on day one. I've never stopped running. I go, and everyone knows I've got the energy and passion to make things work in Hastings. I take a common sense and a fair-minded approach to issues. I know how to collaborate, I do my homework, and I ask the tough questions to make sure that the decisions we make benefit all of Hastings.
Thank you. And we'll stay with you, Ms. Schultz, for this next one. What is your assessment of the Hastings business climate? What are its biggest needs, and how do you feel those needs could be addressed by local government, if at all?
Hastings has a vibrancy that I haven't seen since before the Great Recession. But I think our economy is strong. However, we need to take a three-pronged approach in order for us to move forward with our city. And the first one is to continue our business incentives that has helped develop such things as the Hudson Building, the River Lofts, that brought Cranky Ape, Carlson Capital Management, Breakaway Arts. We helped them come to our city and to build here. And now the second thing is I want to use HEDRA, Economic Development Commission or Authority, to focus on bringing a high-tech business park to our town, preferably on the west side, which is, I think, where we need to do some of that business development, and to collaborate with business and community groups on an update of Vermillion Street. And I know it's been said before, but it was actually my idea. And thirdly, we need to promote Hastings and use our tourism board. We spend
Please wrap it up, Ms. Schultz.
$55,000 a year on the tourism board, which works through the chamber. I'll talk more about this in my next question.
Thank you. And back to you, Mr. Lund. What is your assessment of the Hastings business climate? What are its biggest needs, and how do you feel those needs could be addressed by the local government, if at all?
Thank you. Well, there are certainly opportunities for improvement here. If we want to continue to improve as a city, we need to strengthen the business environment. Plain and simple. Stronger business can ease the tax burden on everyone, businesses and citizens, increase the tax base, and create job opportunities which can bring families here, people my age with kids that can repopulate the schools, and other things that come from that are all positive, and it builds on our long-term viability. We need to put more focus and resources towards economic development, more than we have now. We can improve the communication with our current businesses and find new ways for them to survive and grow. And then we should also be providing resources to the city to be more proactive in finding outside businesses to come into Hastings to relocate or expand. I'd like to also look into business and technology incubator, like has been done in the Twin Cities with COCO and UEL, are great ways to bring startup businesses to town. As far as the technology park on the west side, and I know I'm running low on time here, but I think it has some merit. But I think we also have a lot of facilities that are going empty right now, and we should work on what we have before we break new ground.
Thank you. And we'll stay with you, Mr. Lund, on this next question. Sure. What ideas do you have or have heard from others you have not mentioned yet that you believe would improve Hastings?
Sure. Well, specifically in Ward 4, have had the opportunity to meet with people as I go around the ward. Two issues come up most often. One is we need more restaurants. We need more retail. We need more things to do in town. Okay, that's one thing. And then the other thing is they don't always feel as though their interests are represented. And so as far as retail and so forth, we do need to work harder to support what we have here now. And more will come as we build a stronger business base. With value-add business comes employment. With employment comes residency, and which will all create the demand that is needed to support more of those things in town. Secondly, providing new communication and involvement opportunities to boards can give people other outlets for understanding what's going on, why decisions were made, and easier ways to voice their opinions. A comment was made that, why wasn't somebody showing up to council meetings? You don't have to sit in here to be involved. You can watch online. We have a lot of opportunities in that regard. Not everybody is able to come here every time, and that doesn't mean that you're not involved. Thank you.
Thank you. And to you, Ms. Schultz, what ideas do you have or have heard from others you have not mentioned yet that you believe would improve Hastings?
I want to continue the discussion about our tourism. We spend $55,000 a year approximately with the tourism board, that is with the chamber, and I think we need to continue that promotion and work harder. There are 3 spots open right now on that board that need to be filled. I'd like to see that to be public members, to have more discussion and do more promotion of our community outside of Hastings, to get folks to come down, because I think once you bring someone here, they will stay. They will make the decision. We have lots of opportunities to make families want to be here, to make business want to be here. The other thing, a couple of things I've heard at the doors, we have traffic issues in our neighborhoods. Trevor, one of the streets you live on, 36th Street, someone who lives just down the street from you talked to me about it just on Sunday. We've got to work on that, and that is going to take a neighborhood meeting, work with operations committee, and we've got to figure out how to lower some of those speeds. And finally, the youth crime issue, drugs, community service officer is what we need to work with our agencies, with our school district, with our county drug task force, and in that way I think we can solve that problem or begin to solve that serious problem. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have reached the point where you are going to be able to ask a question to each other, and Ms. Schultz, you'll be the one to answer first. Again, just for our audience, for those tuning in, the parameters for this question were given in a nutshell, nothing personal, and must be understood by the general public, and they were submitted beforehand to be vetted, so we shouldn't be surprised here. And so with that said, we can now hear the question that Mr. Lund here has for Ms. Schultz.
All right, you ready for a tough one?
Those were tough?
Hopefully it's not too bad. In a recent KDWA interview, you referenced a study regarding water and sewer access charges. In that interview, you stated that Hastings is not over the top as compared to other cities for such charges. However, business owners in town consistently maintain that it is challenging to do business in Hastings, and that these fees, among other reasons, are stifling the success and even driving out local businesses. So what do you plan to do differently in the next 4 years to support our current businesses in town going forward?
Thank you. I think I've outlined some of that already with some of the options I think we have available. I would like to have us start a program called Invest Hastings that would help us use our HEDRA authority. We have a levy authority with that. We have about $350,000 a year that we use, and I think we should move that forward with like our commercial business loan amount has been expended for the year. So we need to beef that up. And as far as the SAC and WAC fees are concerned, I would consider us making some changes in that, and we'll be discussing the rate study on Monday night at a finance committee meeting. So you could come and listen to us talk about that. But I think we have to think carefully. We do need to remember that the SAC and WAC fees were put in place to help us maintain clean drinking water supply, and that is very, very important. So I think we've got some options.
Please wrap it up.
And that would be my plan for the next 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And now for the closing statements. I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have said anything.
You shouldn't have said anything. You screwed up there,
It's
Mr.
like the
Lund.
kid that said you forgot to give homework, right?
You screwed up.
Okay.
Ms. Schultz, I apologize. It is now your opportunity to ask a question to Mr. Lund.
I seem to remember that when this all came about, at first they didn't even put Ward 4 on as having to have the forum, so I thought I was going to be off scot-free. Trevor, name 2 positive things the City Council has accomplished the last 4 years that you support, and explain how you would build on one of those accomplishments.
Okay, thank you. Well, first of all, I will answer that, okay? But I would like to say that thank you for what I actually believe has been a very positive campaign. We are, in 2016, facing, at the national level, disgusting negative stuff. And I think it's just so incredible that we have 8 people running for local elections, and also that we have remained positive through the whole time. So thank you very much. I think that's great. You can applaud afterwards. But we have 2 people working really hard here and running positive campaigns. So 2 things. I actually did leave Hastings for a job for a while. I lived in Maple Grove. We owned a home up there. When we had our son, we decided to move back to town. One of the things that really encouraged that decision was the river efforts that we've done downtown. Not all of it has been positive, but I think overall it was a very good effort, and I applaud you for that. And also, I think the Hudson building needed something, and I'm really appreciative that you've made a decision that I think will be in the benefit of the town going forward. So those are 2 things that was really easy. Thank you.
All right. Thank you both. And Mr. Lund, your turn for the closing statement here. This is your final opportunity tonight to address the voters. In your response, please tell them why they should vote for you and provide any other information you wish.
All right. First of all, I must have missed the second part of a question that I didn't hear, so I will get to that. Maybe post it publicly. So I apologize if I missed something. I didn't intend to do that. Thank you again for the opportunity tonight. It's great to see everybody here, and hopefully a bunch of people are watching too. If you'd like to connect with me and learn more, I encourage you to go to my Facebook page. I have a website too, but it's really confusing URL, so we'll just do Facebook. It's vote for the number 4 Trevor Lund, no spaces. I'd certainly be happy to answer any questions that you have for me. Okay, so when you go to the polls, please do. Local elections are important. Not a lot of votes in each ward, so each vote is important. I ask that you vote for me, not because the incumbent is running for her 5th term, okay? Vote for me because you believe that I have the character and the ability and the drive to work hard for you in this community. I genuinely am excited for this opportunity, and I thank you for your consideration.
Ms. Schultz, your turn for a closing statement. This is your final opportunity tonight to address the voters, and in your response, please tell them why they should vote for you and provide any other information you wish.
Serving on the Hastings City Council has been one of the greatest opportunities of my life, and I thank you all for the honor of being able to serve you. I'm asking for your support because I have the energy, the expertise, the passion, and the vision to continue that service to Hastings. I pledge that I will put the needs of our community and my neighbors ahead of my own. I always have, and I always will. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 8th so we can build on our successes and move Hastings forward. If you have any questions of me, any comments, anything you would like to tell me, you can reach me at dannaelling@hotmail.com. That is Danna with 2 N's. My Facebook page is facebook.com, Citizens for Danna. Again, that's with 2 N's. Or you can always call me at 438-3878. Hastings is a tremendous gem, and I am very, very proud to call this my home. Let's not just imagine a better Hastings. Let's work together to get things done. Thank you very, very much for your time and attention tonight. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you both. Again, our candidates for Ward 4, incumbent Danna Elling Schultz, and our opponent, Trevor Lund. How about a hand for our candidates? All right, and with that done, we will take another 5-minute break, and when we come back, we are going to meet and hear from the candidates running to represent District 54 in the State House. So we'll be back in 5 minutes and hear from them. Thank you.